Hello, church. Join me into reading today from Mark chapter 4, verse 35 to 41. Jesus calms the storm. That day, when evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side," leaving the crowd behind. They took him along just as he was in the boat. There were also other boats with him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat, so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to the disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this, that even the wind and the waves obey him?" Who is him? He is Jesus. Jesus who calms the storm. Jesus who was there for the disciples to give them peace and faith in the same Jesus that is here right next to us to give us the comfort, the peace that we are looking for in this world. You know what? When I read about this story, it's interesting to know that the disciples, in the midst of the storm and chaos, they're wondering what to do, and they are surprised to see that Jesus is sleeping. And they're afraid. They are worried that they will drown. But I love how Jesus comes with his peace. He tells the waters to stop, rebukes the winds, and make everything quiet. And when I think about the disciples and their reaction, that's the same reaction that probably I would have. I don't know about you, but I know that I probably will be really afraid if I am in deep waters and it almost feels like my boat will drown. But you know what I also see? That in that midst of despair and worry, God tells the disciples that they need to have faith. And it makes me think about, without worry and without fear, there's no faith. Without hurt, there's no hope. So when we see the action of the disciples and how Jesus brought peace to them, I just want to remind you that that's the same peace that Jesus can give us today. That when we are in the middle of difficult times and chaos, we can just come to Jesus and ask him for his love and his peace. And God will remind us, "But don't you know that you need to have faith? Don't you remember that I'm here for you?" And at that point is when we just need to cling on him and said, "You are right, Jesus. I want to be right next to you. I want you to guide me, to lead me, and give me the peace that you can only offer." Amen.